now want to turn our attention to a conversation to give us more insights into how this investment journey in Ghana has been. And to lead this conversation is a very important personality. We will introduce her right next.
Honorable Abna Osei-Asare is the Deputy Financial Minister in charge of Revenue of the Republic of Ghana. She is currently serving her second term as Deputy Finance Minister, formerly in charge of budget between 2017 and 2020. Honorable Abna Osei-Asare is currently serving her third term as Member of Parliament for Itiwa East constituency of Ghana, having served the people of Itiwa East since the year 2013. Honorable Abna Osei-Asare is a chartered accountant by profession and also comes along with vast occupational experience from the banking and finance areas.
Please put your hands together to receive our moderator for the first panel discussion. Please, it's a long one. Put your hands together one more time.
As has been outlined earlier today, to fully realize the potential of foreign direct investments in Ghana, the critical task of following up and assisting with their onboarding must be attended to. We were told this morning that Ghana has reported close to about 830 million of foreign direct investments in the first half of the year, and which is being translated into about 122 projects across the country. And this is going to boost our economic development. In 2022, we were also told of a fair share of an inbound investment of close to 2.6 billion. And that also created about 27,000 jobs. And it is for these reasons that we find it necessary to make time to engage with our investors. One, to give us an opportunity to appreciate our investors' impression of the process of onboarding with our current existing structures, and also to see what we can do to improve on these processes as we seek to attract more foreign direct investments to help us transform the economy post-COVID-19. So this afternoon I have very, very strong captains of industry to help us in this regard. First on the list is Mr. Raj Horitz, the Managing Director of Fabry Metal Ghana. Fabry Metal Ghana Limited was registered with GIPC in 2017 to manufacture steel, rebars, and other steel products. Fabry Metal Ghana is part of the MMD Steel, and it was established as a greenfield manufacturing facility. It has evolved into a state-of-the-art factory producing international quality steel in Ghana. Mr. Rahi, you are welcome. To help us in this discussion, also we have Mr. Naga Murali, from Fish and Feeds Limited. He is the consultant for Fish and Feeds Limited. Fish and Feeds Limited is also a joint venture between Damaran AS Denmark and Kewaram Chanrai Group in Dubai. The company started its operations in 2017 with an initial investment of $1.7 million. And to date, they have invested $3.5 million in this space. And they employ close to 500 people. The third on our list to help us is Ms. Yang, the Managing Director of Zonda Sinotrack Assembly Plant Limited. Ms. Yang is also the founding Managing Director of Zonda Tech, a Ghana-based automobile company that specializes in the assembling, selling, and distributing of heavy and light-duty vehicles. To help us in the discussion also is the head of research from GIPC, Madam Eugenia Ochre. Panelists, you are welcome to this all-important discussion. I'm told it's okay to take off our masks, so I'll take off my mask and we'll continue from there. One may ask, there are several destinations, but why Ghana? Mr. Rohi, maybe you can start with, why Ghana? There are several destinations, but why Ghana? Why did you choose to invest in Ghana?
Thank you, Madam. Thanks for kickstarting the discussion in such an interesting manner. And a very good afternoon to ladies and gentlemen and honorable guests. To answer this question or to kickstart this discussion, I would give a bit of a brief that I have been in part of this continent for last 21 years and have traveled to more than 25 African countries multiple times for business. Ghana is unique in its own ways. As an investor, and more so in our manufacturing sector, a large-scale manufacturing sector, steel industry, the first component and first box which any investor would like to tick would be the political stability. Ghana provides it in abundance with a very firm platform, base of stability and faith in democracy. I think we are in 21st century, and when we talk of the faith of the entire country, the processes and the structure in democracy, that inspires confidence and comfort to business operators, economic operators across the globe. Secondly, I would say, for me, secondly would be definitely the structure of the economy. Ghana has been on the path of a liberalized economy, and that allows you to bring in your skills, your competencies, and operate on a level playing field. So I think that is a definite add-on or a competitive advantage, if we may call it, or a differentiator. The third thing for me would be, obviously we have dwelled on that, the geographical advantage which Ghana has inherently, but has leveraged it well to emerge as the hub of the region. So that really attracts a lot of players. We discuss and interact with players across the globe, and everybody feels that the emergence of Ghana in last 2 decades plays an important role as a regional hub. And fourth, I would say, for me personally, after having traveled across the continent and making this as a home for last 8-9 years and getting into operations for last 5 years, has been the inherent warmth of the population. So that's pretty unique, but I think that attracts people. The comfort they provide, the entire, and you become a Ghanaian right away. So I thank the population at large and the leadership definitely to ensure that the investors get attracted, and people like us who have traveled across the continent find so much of comfort and growth prospects in the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Raj. Political stability, structure of the economy, the geographical advantage, and the warmth of our people. Mr. Morali, do you share the same view, or you have a different view of why you chose to invest up to date $3.5 million in Ghana?
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. Madam, like as I said, we are into fisheries sector. And for me, it is almost all 15 years in Africa, and this is my 13th year in Ghana. And I can't express the love what I have for Ghana. And as I said, as an investor, if anybody comes to a country to invest, first of all, the reception what you get, the feel what you get of a country is in the airport. The way the people receive you, the way the people treat you. So my first 100% marks goes to the airport authorities who receives us with a warm welcome, without any uncomfort. So there itself I said, yes, this is the country where I need to invest. And then it comes to the public, the friendliness and also the acceptance. Like, we have to feel that safety. I also much comfortable with that, friendliness from the people. Then when it comes to the trouble and security issues, usually have been in other West African countries also before coming to Ghana. If there is a case of armed robbery, some people, they switch off their phones. You can't tell. But in Ghana, I have seen the police, they try to attack and they try to solve the issue. This type of bravery is not seen in other African countries. And in each and every aspect, and finally looking into my business, which is into fish, the staple food of Ghana is banku and tilapia. So definitely they eat tilapia. So this secures my business. So I said, this is the country where I need to invest, because tilapia business will never have a downfall when it is the staple food of Ghana. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So for you, the market exists for your products, the security, and today we've all been told that investment starts right from the airports, because he said that the first field of anything for any country at all is your airports. So our investment starts right from the airports. When we put proper measures and policies in place such that people feel welcome and the impressions we leave with them may want them to invest in our country. Thank you very much. Madam, can you tell us your impressions? Why Ghana?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. First, I was so worried about my English, but when I see my two Indian brothers, I feel so relaxed now. Sorry, joke. Why I came to Ghana? In China, we believe in incarnation, right? I believe it's our destiny. Before I came to Ghana, I never had any work experience in any other country, including China. Right after I graduated from university, I came to Ghana. I was studying journalism in China. Then later, I was also chosen to go to US to do my internship. Then the two systems crashed. I feel lost. I don't know what to do. And at that time, I feel my situation was the worst. I said, okay, let me choose another country to stay. Then I came to Ghana.
Oh, wow.
Then when I came to Ghana, I quickly fell in love with this country. I thought maybe my last generation, I was from Ghana. So I was a poor student at that time. Then when I came to Ghana, I said, I need to get something to do. Because at that time, I was a student. I just graduated. I was so poor. Then if you are poor, you're not afraid of anything. You're doing whatever you can
to survive.
Right?
Yeah.
You're doing whatever you can
to survive.
To survive.
Yeah.
That is why I came to Ghana. If you want to hear my story later, I'll tell more.
Thank you very much, Madam. Such an inspiration and encouragement to our students that once you're a student and you've graduated, you have something small on your hand. All you have to do is to push and survive. Maybe you can become the Zonda of Ghana in future. So to our students out there, you have to push to survive, just like we taken from our lady here. Now let's move on to your onboarding experience. Tell us, how did it happen in terms of the process to register, process to establish and make things firm? How did that happen? In that process, you tell us exactly what you do and how you were able to get on board at GIPC. So we'll start with Mr. Raj.
Thanks yet again, Madam. I think the first question is quite linked to my response. So, One of the reasons also, having seen the structures around the regulatory bodies and government agencies around the continent in different countries, one of the reasons why Ghana has been an attractive destination for us has been that it is quite a well-oiled machinery, if I may say. There is a structure which is there, which strives to create an enabling environment conducive for startups, so that index of ease of setting up and the entry barriers, which you will feel in a lot of our sub-Saharan economies, is a lot less here. I don't know whether this platform is the place to comparative numbers, but registering an organization in the first, when I was registered in first 5 years of this 2021, 2000, first 5 years of that decade, in some of the Central African economies, it took me a year to register an organization.
Wow. But in Ghana, how long did it take you to go through the process?
And when you come here, the process has been rather seamless. So that's once you have gone through such experiences, you definitely find this very exciting and ready to go. So lower entry barriers, very high ease of setting up the business. And one thing I would like to highlight it here, one experience definitely, a personal experience, that there is a willingness to go beyond your desk or your bureau or office and lend a helping hand to a new player. So I would just give an example that as a new steel manufacturing investor in 2017, we were talking to Free Zone Board and GIPC, but then we did not know how to go ahead and get the EPA. We never knew the EPA existed also as new investors. But then, and I've seen it in other economies, that's where the difference I would like to highlight, that in other economies, the guy would tell me that there is an office there, please go and talk to there, get that certificate, then we move to the next step. That will be a simple response across the regulatory agencies. But here the environment was such that the director called up the director there that we have an investor there, when can I set up a meeting with you? And then it was facilitated. So I would say that creating an enabling conducive environment is a big yes, a big positive for our experiences. But again, as we were talking earlier in the morning, not to rest on our laurels, others are catching up too. So our experience was mainly of the first part of the century, but today we are in 2021, so others have really pulled up their socks. A lot of neighboring countries have pulled up their socks, and we really need to continue the baton, passing the baton to the new agencies and continue to do the good work on a more effective way. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. He says that it's the enabling environment. Not just the enabling environment, but going the extra mile as well. And for Ghana, that's our trump card. We go the extra mile in helping in the onboarding process. Mr. Muriel, do you also feel, the same way about Mr. Raj's comments on your onboarding process?
I have also similar experience like that. When I came to Ghana first time in 2008, and like Fish and Feeds is the fourth project which I'm doing in Ghana so far. And all the 4 companies or 4 projects whichever I did, all are GIPC registered. And as far as I remember, the first project is Untitled Aquaculture Africa Limited. And I myself went to the Registrar General Office. I registered the company. I did not take any agent. It was very easy and very cooperative. And then I went to GIPC, and they assigned an employee by name Patrick. And very soon we became like brothers, Patrick and myself. And now Patrick is in Canada. He's not with GIPC. So like either with EPA or Department of Fisheries, everybody welcomed me as a family member. I don't know, the love which I received from them, they owned me like a family person. Everywhere it was very easy for me. And if it is the fish and feeds project, I think within 3 months on ground, we got all the clearances and we started production also. So very fast. Within 45 days, EPA has cleared our project. And we got all the permits in less than 3 months. We started December 27 of 2017, and by March 1st, 2018, we are done with all. So that's the speed. I may be lucky enough, but I was never denied by any government agency, and I'm very much grateful for every government agency for clearing me so fast.
Well, that's great, but I don't think it's luck, but it's the structure that have been put in place. And like Raj advised us, other countries are trying to catch up. So we will have to consolidate what we have now and make sure that we make the system robust and even produce results in less than the 3 months that you spoke about to encourage more investors to come in. Ms. Yang, tell us. Yes, your onboarding process. How did it go? We want to hear first-hand information from the investors themselves.
Okay. You know, actually, I already told you I started from nothing. So at that time, I saw this opportunity. You know, Ghana, you need a lot of oil tankers. But if we're doing trading, we need to invest at that time $300,000. But I didn't have money. Then I went to GIPC to talk to them. The people inside, they're so helpful. They were telling me, okay, I was telling them my reality. I said, I'm so poor, but I have this idea. I want to bring the tankers to Ghana. Then they said, okay, now, why my company name is Zonda Tech? Tech means technology, IT, right? You can register like this. Please don't learn from me, okay? Then I started like investing only 50,000 cedis. Then when I bring the product, then I quickly use the document. I imported, like the tankers, the vehicles, to put up at the $300,000. So I'm encouraging, if you're a young starter, you don't have enough money, you can start small, then you go to talk to GIPC people. They will help you, because I feel in Ghana, I also travel to other West African countries. Ghana, if you are really investing, they welcome you. In GIPC, they have a group of people. Now they're still my friends. They will help you through every process. Then by doing that, I grew up to today.
That's yes. Wonderful. So,
yes.
Yes, let's give GIPC a hand of applause. But Miss Eugenia Ochre, is this information out there? What Ms. Yang is sharing with us today, is it out there so that if some investors, local investors, are really interested in vying into any projects under GIPC, they can also come into contact with GIPC and start their investments. Can you throw more light on that one for us?
Yes. So before I answer your question, I would like to contribute to some of the questions you put to them. Okay. So at the GIPC, we are happy to hear that you've had good experiences. Not to say that some of the investors have enjoyed the same experiences, but we keep improving. We keep getting better. We keep facilitating to ensure that where there are challenges, they are handheld throughout the process and ensure that indeed their investments get settled in the economy. So we keep creating the awareness. If you can compare us to about 4 or 5 years ago, you would notice that GIPC is everywhere on various platforms, showing that we provide services to ensure that investments are actually brought into the system. So we have become more visible, and we are also trying to embark on regional tours to continue to create the awareness that GIPC is a first port of call for investments in the economy. So we keep improving and keep getting better. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It is true we are talking about foreign direct investments, but I know GIPC also encourages domestic investments as well. And I'll encourage you to pitch some tents at the various universities. Maybe you can identify some Ms. Yang, Mr. Raj, and Mr. Murali, type of people in the universities waiting for someone to hold their hand to also go out there and do wonders like it's been done here.
Yes, so it's interesting you mentioned that. When I mentioned the regional tours, these are to encourage our local businesses who are looking to partner foreign entities to bring out their projects, so that through our various platforms and the conferences and missions that we embark on, those projects are showcased to foreign entities. And on the angle of the university students, we recently were trying to engage some interested parties in the University of Ghana that have certain beneficial projects to the economy. So that is also something that we are really taking on board.
Okay, that's good, and thank you for that. Yes, we have mentioned why we chose Ghana. We have looked at the processes, but we cannot sit here and behave as if there are no challenges. So we want to move into those challenges that you do experience to make things better, so that those out there will know that yes, there are challenges, but this is what we can also do to help reduce these challenges and transform all these into positive investments for Ghana. So I will start with Ms. Yang. Tell us of the challenges in this space.
Okay. You know, I told you, I started business from scratch. I started my business in 2010. At that time, I was bringing heavy-duty vehicles, like the oil tankers, the tipper trucks, all this. Then, actually, in all along these years, I didn't feel too much challenge because, you know, I never worked in other country. But I feel that I'm a product of Ghana. Then, now, because when I was in the university, I was a journalist. I was really interested in industrial development. And I was doing a lot of research on the development in China after revolution, after we opened it up in 1978. So after 1978, how China developed? Because the only reason is because of industrialization. Industrialization made China from an agricultural country to a giant country by now. So when I was doing trading for like 8 years, I think it is time for me to do the factories. Because, you know, to do trading, definitely, if the time is good, then it's good. You have up and down. But to do a factory, once the market, they recognize your product, then you can plan very well. Then I also like the factories because I studied the history. Factory is a must in Ghana. Every day the media was talking, Ghana, we need to, plan for food. Yes, it is true. However, to me, I think Ghana should put industrialization really as priority because, you know, like in China, I was from the rural area. In my generation, when I was growing up, then my mother, my mother, she was a doctor. She was a farmer. In the meantime, she can go and work in the factory. By doing this, you know, the life is enriched, and also they get a lot of revenue. And also by offering jobs. Like now, Ghana, you have so many youngsters. You have so many. If I see a youngster, I feel so happy. I really feel so happy because they are the push for the country. Yeah. Then, as for my industry, I sense that. I told you I was a journalist. What did the journalists do? You know, as journalists, they can identify the problems for the society, right? But most of the journalists, they criticize. For me, I turn it into an opportunity. I find out, okay, in Ghana, once we can change the trading of the vehicles into a factory, like for example, before I was training, I only have marketing people around. But now, I have an assembling plant.
Good.
I can employ more because why? I always feel grateful to Ghana. I was a product of Ghana. I was so poor when I came to Ghana. I made my fortune here. So I need to pay back.
So your challenge has been...
Yes, my challenge is now for us to develop the factory. As government has promised, they will reduce the tax. China, for the industrialization age, they lure the Western people to come to establish factory. They give them tax holidays, right? But in Ghana, now I'm still applying for it. From 2018 to now, I'm still applying for it.
So your challenge is with exemptions, maybe
Yes.
government granting
Incentives,
some
the
form
tax-
of incentives to businesses
Yes.
that want to move from maybe trading to establishment or manufacturing to the manufacturing sector.
Yes.
And in that space, I know government is doing a lot through the 1D, 1F, the one district per constituency, where government is not just giving incentives in the area of taxation, but also some form of startups to help put some capital in the hands of these investors. So, like you said, it is being considered, and there are several factors that government will look at in granting tax exemptions to businesses. So I believe that if everything is upright, clearly it will be worked on. So I have identified your challenge. You want government to give incentives for
Yes.
those who are moving into the manufacturing sector to attract more investors in that area. Yes, Mr. Morali, what is your challenge in this space that you can share with us?
Challenge, ma'am, like not only me, anybody who invests in agriculture or aquaculture in Ghana, we have the biggest challenge is the land, dealing with the land.
Land.
And so far I can say there is no land without any litigation in Ghana. You buy the land, like when you go there, we will be dealing with one guy, everything looks like smooth, and then we will even go to Lands Commission, we get the clearance and everything. And once you pay the money and you start the registration process, the trouble starts from there. Every day you see one new visitor knocking your door and saying that land belongs to my brother, we are brothers, we are like this, we are like that. And the matter ends up in the court, and you will be going to the court continuously. But one additional advantage here is, so far, all the projects, whatever I acquired, all went into litigation. But the court never gave an injunction on any agriculture project. That's a big relief. Business will not be affected, but the headache will be there every day. Like pleading these people, again, bringing them together, organizing the things. This is a little bit unwanted trouble for an investor. Like you can see even any big project also, the major problem what we face is the land issues. So I think the government has to intervene in this and create some industrial parks, agriculture parks, aquaculture parks. Like you take the burden, you gather the land from those chiefs and designate it and let the investor have a free mind. We don't deal with these land owners or chiefs. We deal directly with the government for the land. It is a hassle-free. It speeds up the investment. Because of these court cases, some of the projects have delayed for years. We bring in the investment, and this problem is not only in Ghana, in most of the African countries where the land is under the chiefs. So I think somewhere, somehow, where Kenya has addressed this issue by creating aquaculture parks, hundreds and hundreds of acres of aquaculture parks. I think Ghana also has to look into that. This is only the land issue is the tough issue. Apart from that, I don't see any other difficulties. Small difficulties will be there from the communities which can be easily solved. But this land issue is the major difficulty which I faced in Ghana.
Yeah. You are right. That's the land. We all know about the several land cases in courts, and sometimes the perceived delay in giving judgments on these things. But we have begun small. We now have some form of industrial park, and we believe that we'll build on that and be able to do more in the area of access to land so that investors can readily get access to land when they want to invest in this country. Thank you. Yes, Mr. Raj.
there to be addressed. So overall, what is the overall objective? To ensure, attract investment and ensure that the investors within the country have an environment where they diversify and enhance their investment, enhance the size of their investment. So as a manufacturing sector, I'll be speaking on behalf of the challenges being faced by manufacturing sector, and mainly in steel sector. We are large investors. So for us, like in Fabri-Metal today, we have an investment in the country of over 250 million cedis already. So the challenges, first and foremost, manufacturing, and I would agree with my fellow speakers when she was talking about manufacturing. There has to be a special incentive for manufacturing and large manufacturing industries. There has to be an added incentive. You have to protect, nurture, and make it flower and reach to a sizable level, because manufacturing ends up competing against the imports and products manufactured across the globe. So I would say that to safeguard the nascent manufacturing industry, new players, the government has to take those few extra steps by probably putting special levies on the imported products, so that we have a bit of a level playing field. Subsidizing in our industry, power is a huge issue. And Ghana is a surplus power, we export power to others. So why not support the manufacturing with very enhanced subsidized rates, growth of infrastructure, probably continuous growth of infrastructure to support such investments. I would say that these are the key challenges being faced by large manufacturing players. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much. Before I let GIPC come in, I'd also like to take 2 questions from the audience. Challenges, anything that you feel you can add to contribute to Spark Up today. Yes, the gentleman who just raised his hand.
Thank you, moderator. My question goes to GIPC. Yeah. You made mention of your original tour, and I want to find out, does GIPC have offices in the rest of the 15 regions? If no, what mechanisms are you putting in place to make sure that every region will have a GIPC office? And do you involve metropolitan, municipal, and district assemblies into your programs? Because when you look at local governance, they are the right people who will make people know more about GIPC. So do you involve them? And then finally, I'm looking forward that one day your name will be changed from GIPC, that Investment Promotion Center, to Investment Authority. Because we know Food and Drug Authority was first Food and Drug Board. Ghana Standard Authority was first Ghana Standard Board. And I'm looking forward that you also change your name. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I think the lady behind, and then you can come in. Just 4, because I was given permission to do 2. But I have 4 people raising their hands, so after these 4, I think we'll bring that to an end. Madam, please go ahead.
My question is actually similar to this gentleman's here. We saw from the presentation that Yofi Grant gave that there's a preponderance of projects and factories in the greater Accra area. And we have so much land and places. If we want to stop people from coming down into the greater Accra area, and an urban sprawl, mostly people are in shacks and kiosks trying to eke out a living, when we should really be putting factories and manufacturing and all of that into the hinterland, into the other regions of the country. I was disturbed. I don't know if anybody else was disturbed when I heard one project in, what is it, Upper West or something. I was disturbed. So I'm wondering, GIPC, are we not moving people into areas of investment, other regions of investment in the country? Thank you.
Yes, the gentleman in orange, and then the lady in white.
My name is Francis Ofosu-Kobia. I am a building contractor. I came from Kumasi. I am making an appeal to the information minister and the leaders. One problem that our China woman was talking about, industrialization and factories. But the banks we have in Ghana, if you are not trading, if you are not selling, you go to the bank, you tell them you are selling these chairs, tomorrow you are going to sell them, bring them money. They will not give you money. If you tell them you have a project, you have even been giving money from the client, but you need a top-up to complete the project, you come and pay the money, you will not get money from the bank. So we are suffering, those of us who are not doing trading. And trading is not helping the country because all the things we are selling, they import them. So those who want to produce, those who want to do the construction and the others, they are bringing money into the system. But the banks are not giving us money. So I'm appealing to the leaders that if they can establish a bank, we have a great bank. So I wish that one day we have a construction bank Ghana, so that when you are a contractor, you just walk straight to them, you tell them that this is your problem, they give you money to go and do the road construction. People have been giving road construction, school buildings, but they are not getting money to do. And nowadays, sometimes the government will say, start the project before you come for money. And where is the money? You go to the bank, they tell you, bring collateral. As at now, I have projects, but I don't have the money to utilize them. So that is one of my appeal. The second one is, I just love this program, but I believe I'm the only one who came from Kumasi and maybe a few others from other regions. Most of the big programs which will bring investment in Ghana, they're all done in Accra here. So those in Kumasi, Cape Coast, Takwa, they will never hear this thing. It's a friend who introduced it to me. He just sent me the link, and so it's just this morning that I registered. Unfortunately, my registration couldn't get to the system. So when I got to the registration people, they told me that your name is not there, so just write them for us. So I'm just appealing to the information minister that some of these programs, even if you want to do it here, then you do a second one in the other region so that you all benefit. The last one is that sometimes the government will give money to enterprises and business owners in Ghana. I am down there, so I am speaking from the down there. Those monies, they don't get to the down. When the president released them, they hang in the air. Those of us who are in Kumasi and the other region, we don't get the monies. Always you hear in the news that, oh, the government has released these billions of dollars, but they are not getting down there. The people who get the money are not getting the money. So they are getting poorer and some are getting richer. So we need to balance the equation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our friend from Kumasi. Our lady in white. Madam, in white. Yes, you. Yes, you. Yes, you have to go there and speak. Yes.
Good afternoon. My question is regards to businesses that are really not full impact businesses but operating as social enterprises. I've set up a social enterprise group, but in terms of registration, there's not a specific registration for organizations that want to run as businesses but still have an impact on the people that we work with. Is there the possibility that GIPC can work together with the Registrar Generals in order to put together a specific registration that can cover social enterprise businesses such as mine? Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think we said 4, but I see 3 more hands raised up. Minister for Information, with your permission, I see 3 more hands raised up. Okay, very quick, please. Go straight to the point. Yes,
Hello? Oh, good afternoon. Okay, I'm from Tiesta. Thank you so much for inviting our company to join the conference. And for some of the questions, I want to emphasize is that because from the GIPC's prioritization, we can see that we target about two of the major. One is about agriculture, processing. Second is about manufacturing. So for the two areas, now we are target, because these two is very important. When we are talking about the industrial, which kind of source we can provide now in Ghana? I think the agriculture, we have a lot of land, we have the people. So it is a chance we can from the agriculture processing. And also the second, the manufacturing. That means we should produce made in Ghana here. So I'm very happy we get this information from GIPC. So secondly, when we are talking about the challenges, so you know from the FDI, yes, it's an injection for the financial to the country. But it is not only the foreign investor we can work here, because it needs the local partners. Why our local partners, now they don't have too much, especially for the investor, they don't have too much interest for agriculture. They don't have too much interest for manufacturing. So we should divert them to this kind of part. So when the foreign investor come, we also have the partner. We can work with them. Because if we all put for the foreign investors' hand, I don't think it can work fine. Because it's Ghana here. We need a Ghana to be strong. We need a Ghana to get a power from yourself. So for the next generation, we can survive. That's all. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, the gentleman in white and then the one in suit, and that will end this session for the other panel 2 discussion to also come on.
Yeah, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. This one related is with the agriculture only. I'm from the aquaculture, fish and feeds. And what challenges I have seen, even the CEO, he was presenting this one. So what is the FDI? The agriculture sector, only one FDI was there last time. So why it is happening? That strategy we have to see why the people, local people or investors in FDI, they are not investing in the agriculture sector. What is those challenges? Why this problem is coming? We have plenty of land here, but nobody is ready to invest. Why? Because whatever the either it is chemicals, or fertilizers, whatever is required to produce that agriculture produce or aquaculture sector, those things are not available locally. If it is available, that is very costly. So need to exempt the duty on those items so our agriculture sector can come up. And most people, because suppose somebody is producing rice or maize, the per kg production cost is going more below that somebody can import from outside the country. That's why agricultural product, if you want to improve, we want to bring, and we have plenty land here in the Ghana, and nobody is touching those ones. People are afraid if we'll do, the cost of production will go, later on nobody will buy those products. So need to see the exemption on duty on the fertilizers, the chemicals, whatever other consumables used in the aquaculture sector, those ones need to be taken care. Thank you.
Yes, and the last person is a gentleman in suit, yes.
Yes, thank you very much. I'm Godlavotu and I work with the UK Department for International Trade. Some data was given with regards to the FDI that was received in Ghana from the various countries. I wanted to find out if this information is disaggregated in terms of the specific organizations, and if that information is available, how do we access it? Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't get the last bit of your question.
I wanted to find out if the information with regards to the FDI from the various countries is available in a disaggregated form. I.e., for example, which organizations came in, how much investment they made, and what specific sectors. If that disaggregated form of the information is
Yes, I mean,
available.
those information are
And
readily available
how
through
do we
GIPC.
access them? Yes, to GIPC.
Yes, through GIPC.
Yes.
So, GIPC, would you like to answer those questions and then I'll round it up?
Yes, I would attempt, and I'll start with the last one. Information on the various investments are available on request. So you can send in a request to the GIPC indicating what you actually need in terms of the years, countries, and so on. We would be able to provide that information. So I'd attempt the other questions, and most of them are around making sure that investments are spread across the country.
Yes.
And fortunately, we are currently embarking on the regional sensitization tour, which would hopefully start sometime in October. But before that, we are starting with the pre-sensitization tour, where our team is already in some parts of the regions, and they are interacting with the Regional Coordinating Council, the local authorities, to ensure that the awareness is created about the investment opportunities available, and also to ensure that projects within those regions and localities could be brought on board, profiled by the GIPC such that they can be showcased or put on various platforms that we have partnerships with. So we have some partnerships that are going on with international bodies such as the UNIDO, where projects from various regions will be showcased to ensure that we don't only keep projects or register projects in Accra, but spread across the country. And with the support of government policies providing incentives across the regions, that would support some of these initiatives that the GIPC is embarking on. We have offices within the regions. Currently, we have offices in Tamale, Takoradi, and Kumasi, providing services to those zones within the regions. There are plans to ensure that these offices are cut across the various 16 regions or 15 regions that we currently have. About the Investment Authority, I think Mr. Grant is here. He may be able to, or he will be able to provide that direction on being an investment authority. Thank you.
So on this note, I would also like to add a few to what GIPC said. Government is going to come out with a tax exemption policy where we will streamline some of these tax exemptions. So all will be very, very clear for all of us. In the areas where government feels through Parliament they should grant exemptions, government will do that. But the tax exemption bill is in the offing, and I hope that before the year ends, we should submit the tax exemptions bill to Parliament. And so that one, we will streamline all these areas of tax incentives that you have mentioned as well. But on this note, I think we have brought our discussion, this first panel discussion, to an end. We began with why Ghana, and we're all given different perspectives of why they chose Ghana. And then we also asked about their onboarding. They also had experiences that confirmed that the ease of doing business is rising in Ghana, and things gradually are moving very fast. And finally, they all also talked about their challenges. We cannot sit here and say that there are no challenges. Yes, there are challenges, but we believe that as they tell us, it will shape policy and also guide us in the transformation agenda to boost our economy. So our panelists would like to say a very big thank you to you, GIPC, the Ministry of Education, and all of us here. Thank you very much. Together, we will make Ghana great and strong again. Thank you.